Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, Cameron and I are going to be working on a slide room. I actually came out here a couple weeks ago and diagnosed this and ordered a part, and today we're here to repair it. And I'll show you why we had to order a new part. So let's get started. We're working on a Lippert hydraulic room. The Lippert hydraulic rooms use these gear packs to keep things timed. Because it's only got a single hydraulic cylinder, and got here on site a couple weeks ago, and the gentleman says it makes a popping noise and goes in crooked and all kinds of stuff. So I said, well, hit the button, and I watched it, and just took me a second to figure out that this one here's missing a few teeth. That is a West Virginia gear pack right there. It's missing a few teeth, right? It's a good old Hillbilly. So we ordered a brand spanking new one from Lippert. There's a part number. There are several different gear packs. I think some of them, these rollers are different diameters, and there's 2 or 3 different ones that have different number teeth. But anyhow, this should be the one that we need. It has all of its teeth, so it should work a lot better. So it's pretty simple. This is a pretty simple install, and then all we have to do is just time the room, and should be a done deal. Here's where this gear pack goes. This just rides on these teeth here. Now these teeth here are a little bit roughed up, but the only way to change these is to change this whole slide arm. So that'd be quite the ordeal. Probably not something I'd try and do on site. And these gear packs are pretty easy to change, actually. Just a couple bolts. Just slide our bolts in. We got 2 self-locking nuts that goes on those bolts. One on each bolt. Pretty much just snug them up. Them little brackets and stuff are pretty tender. So no reason to go crazy on them. You may want to go ahead and get your timing bar in there before you get your bolts tight. All right, that's good enough on that. Now we'll go ahead and get bolt in one end of our timing bar. Let's go ahead and get this one back in there. Just like so. We got the bolt in one end of the timing bar. So I measured each side. So within a 1/4 inch. That's probably as close as it's going to get. I mean, we may get a little bit here, but let me show you this. In order to move one side, this bolt's in. Here's our timing bar. That bolt's still out. You just put a 12-inch crescent on this. We just need to move that out a 1/4 inch, and then we need to get the bolt in that one there, and we should be virtually perfectly in time at that point. I'm actually just using a little stubby screwdriver to stick in this, in that gear, what do they call that thing? Gear pack. In that gear pack to get this hole lined up over here. All right, so got that pretty lined up, I think. Let's see here. All right, yes we are. Now I'm gonna just use my tape measure. Just gonna use my tape measure and measure these again, just from the same point to the same point, you know, where you can't see, and just go to the other end and do the same thing. 43 and a half. 43 and a half. All right, we are virtually exactly the same on both ends. All right, now we got that done. Now we're going to try it. See if it works better than it used to. The customer said he always thought this room was a little bit out of time, so we're going to check it here and see how it looks now. It could have jumped. It could have jumped with one tooth a long time ago. You never know about these things. Cameron's going to go inside and make sure there's nothing in the way of the room, and then he's going to run this room in, and we're going to watch it and see if it don't work a whole lot better than it used to. I mean, ideally, you know, this gear along the bottom of this, I guess that would be what, a rack gear. You know, it probably should be replaced, but man, that's a big deal doing all that. I did notice this bracket's pretty bent up too. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if something's been somewhere along the line, somebody's closed something up in this room. That's usually what happens. When we see stuff like this, it's usually, not always, but usually somebody runs a room in or out, and you know, there's something in the way, and that's usually what causes these kind of issues. Let's go on the other end and see if what that bracket looks like. Yeah, see that bracket there's nice and straight.
I'm going in with you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Hold up just a second. Hold up, hold up. All right, do it again. Still got something skipping. Do it again, Cameron.
All right.
Okay, hold up, Matt. Well, this other one's skipping too.
What?
This other one's skipping.
Oh, that is here?
Yeah.
And one on the other side too?
Yeah.
Hope it ain't broke, but I don't know.
Do it again, Cameron. This one's skipping a little bit too. Let's let it roll around here and see if we got teeth missing on it too. Couldn't see any teeth missing on it before. Do it again. Okay, hold up, Matt. Do it again, Cameron. Okay, hold up. Now, as you saw, this end was still skipping. A couple things going on here. One is he greased it. So as soon as it starts slipping, he put grease on it. That's a no-no. If something's slipping, you don't put lubrication on it. Another one is the tops of these square tubes that this one slides into on these rooms are really tender, and it gets bent up. And what that does, and that's probably a product of the original gear skipping, and the only way to fix that is to bend this down. So we're going to do that here in a minute. We're going to get some of this grease cleaned up here first because I'm tired of getting it on my new hat. Get this thing retimed and bend this down, and then we're going to start all over. All right, this thing's way out of time now, so we're going to have to drop this gear pack down and get this thing retimed. Okay, there we go. That's enough to let us spin that gear. So what we want to do actually is just run the other side of the room out to match this side, because we can do it with a crescent wrench by spinning this square bar. $28.25. All right, so we got the measurements right. We moved our gear to our hole lines up. In fact, we can just go ahead and drop that bolt in there. Anyway, no, it ain't going anywhere. We'll snug it up here in a minute. So I mean, the only way to do this is just physically get in there and bend it. Straighten it back up the way it used to be before it got damaged. It used to be nice and square and flat on top. It's not real easy to do. It does not want to straighten out. It wants to stay bent. You'll take this little chunks at a time though. It will bend. See how this is flatter now? See what it does? There's a little plastic wear button right there. And what that does is forces this part of the arm down, which makes it engage in these teeth a little bit harder. We'll see if I can get a little bit more on that. How's that look up here, Cameron? Looks nice and flat.
Yeah.
Back here too. I know this looks pretty good now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm gonna go check the other end because I think it probably needs bent just a little bit as well. There's just something happens on these rooms over time, even if there's no incident that causes this. It seems like it happens over time. So I don't know. It's kind of a bad design if you ask me. So I'll go check the other end. Probably bend it a little bit too. This room has some issues. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to adjust this here and see if we can make this room work a little bit better. I think it's just dragging so hard that it just won't let it work right. So loosen these two bolts up here. There's two more on that side. I'm gonna adjust this screw to raise the outside of this room up some, and I'm not gonna be able to show you that because I cannot get you guys out of the sunlight, and the sun's glaring on the camera. So I'm gonna adjust this up some and do the other side some, and we'll see if it helps any. I adjusted this pretty significantly. I don't know, there's probably got about an inch gap, and this one's got a 2-inch gap. So whenever you do stuff like this, you just got to make sure that you have clearance on the roof between the slide room and the hole in the camper. So just make sure you don't go too far and cause an issue up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that one 2 inches, and I'm gonna check my clearance up top, and then we're gonna try this thing again. All right, well, we've actually fixed this thing. We've got to get it in time, and then I'll show you it working, and you ain't gonna believe how we end up fixing it, because I can't believe it. I just don't believe it. Sorry about the sun and the roosters. You ain't gonna believe how we fix this. And I adjusted and timed and retimed and kept jumping and ended up. I'll show you how we fixed it. That's how we fixed it. Sprayed this real good underneath on the sides. Now this stuff doesn't last long. I just sprayed a little bit underneath, and that thing went right in. We're going to show you here in just a second. Cameron's going to go in and run the room in. We're going to make sure it's still in time, and then we'll call this one good. This area is going to show you the area where we actually lubricated to get this room to slide in and out properly. I guess it was just hanging up. This room had a lot of things going against it. It was way out of adjustment. It was the floor of the room was not level. This is a bedroom slide, so that means the bed was not level. The customer said that the bed was so out of level that his wife would actually sleep in the bed backwards. She would have her head at the foot of the bed because it was so far out of out of level. Now you'll notice that the stripes and things don't line up anymore. That's because when they built this camper, they did not get this room adjusted properly before they added the stripes and stuff. So it works good now, and the customer's very happy. Alright, well, we was getting ready to wrap this video, and I noticed that the batteries in my lapel mic had gone dead, so some of this may not have a good audio. I may have to dub it in, but I don't know, because I can't be watching everything. So hey, thanks for watching, and me and Cameron, we're gonna go down the road and fix another one. And I'll tell you now, this is the first time in my career I ever seen any of that gimmicky spray stuff actually work. So the 3-in-1 slide out spray actually saved the day. Go figure. So now we're gonna go fix another, and y'all have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you later.
Thank you.